it's always interesting because Bill Gates famously said about having like basically 12 years. Wow, that'd be a lot. They probably have that now at Microsoft, but 12
Probably.
months for employees, like for payroll, if you weren't going to get any revenue. So obviously, Buffett's talked about it a lot. It's like if you can find a business with a moat. And the one thing that I was interested in, this is kind of a question I wanted to ask Roy as well, is do you think like a business without its own product? So like actually, it's interesting talking about like the aggregates. Do you think technically they can ever have a moat, or like I guess if they had enough cash saved up, technically it could be one, and like other investments, or does it have to be a company with its own product to develop like that? Basically, enough cash to basically support it in like a massive downturn.
I think every company looks at basically it's managing cash flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every company looks at the worst case scenario and what happened. So a mining company, for example, if there's a blockade, or if there's a landslide, or if a hoist or major piece of equipment goes down and they can't produce for 2 or 3 months, do they have the wherewithal to continue to pay employees, suppliers to operate? And different companies have different, maybe guidelines isn't the right word, but different operating practices on what makes sense on what type of operating line do you want to establish. And usually it's even companies that are, that are doing quite well, it's their banking facilities that provide that cushion should anything go wrong. Certainly in construction, when you're busy, your cash is out, and you're either buying equipment or you're waiting for payments to come in, whatever the situation. So yeah, and any business has to manage that and make a decision on what type of float makes sense, for their worst case scenario.